Thank you, Board of Education, Superintendent Duras, members of the Cabinet, members of the Kaplan family. It is my honor to introduce a very special member of the Dirksen family, Brad Kaplan. If you were to stop by Dirksen any day of the week, at the end of the day, you would see a blur of activity going down the hall. We are tired at the end of the day. Watching him makes us more tired. If you look closely, and I don't see him here this evening, but usually there is a shadow following along behind him. There is a student who volunteers his time so that he can spend some time with Mr. Kaplan. The kids really respect Brad for his work ethic, his love of Dirksen, and most importantly, his engaging personality. His dad paid me to say that. He inherited it from Mr. Kaplan Sr. Part of the engaging personality that the staff at Dirksen most appreciates is Brad's ability to communicate via very creative emails. Oftentimes he will include the newfangled technology kind of terminology that personally I am not familiar with, the tweeting, hashtag, Twitter world, but I have enlisted the help of my friends from Dirksen, and we have the top 10 list of why Dirksen appreciates Brad Kaplan. Number 10. Last Wednesday, Brad came into my classroom. His hands were shaking, his voice trembling, saying, "Gotta go, my wife's in labor," only to return a few minutes later in another classroom. When asked why he came back, he replied, "I needed to change the paper towels before I left." Hashtag, where are your priorities? Hashtag, I may not see my baby born, but Dirksen will have paper towels. Hashtag workaholic. Number 9. Brad has a knack for incorporating hashtags into conversations. His latest and greatest accomplishment, hashtag baby Kaplan. Hashtag I'm a dad last Thursday on conference day, on our secretary's birthday. Welcome to little Connor Kaplan. Number 8, Mr. Kaplan is the fastest walker in the world. He always goes about his rounds quickly and efficiently. Hashtag man on a mission, mission to clean. Hashtag, see, I don't even know how to say it. Can't stop, won't stop. Number 7, when I have music on in my room at the end of the day, and Brad comes by to empty my trash and recycling, he's been known to break out into a song and a dance, because he's all about that bass, about that bass. That's his favorite song. Best dancer ever, hashtag America's Got Talent. Number 6, Mr. Kaplan ensures the safety of Dirksen staff members by walking them to their cars. He's been known to carry out heavy items, bags, suitcases, and even a 50-pound air purifier. He's super helpful. Hashtag he can rock a purse. Hashtag we're so glad you help us. Hashtag Brad's fitness program. Number 5. There were incidents of mustard packets from hot lunches being used on items other than hot dogs and hamburgers. Brad cracked the case, and as a result, the amount of mustard packets now available to Dirksen teachers and staff has quadrupled. Hashtag use it or lose it. Hashtag mustard belongs on your food, not on your desk. Number 4, on those busy helter-skelter days, teachers sometimes forget to put their recycling and garbage bins out in the hallway. Brad never gets upset. He just pops into the classroom and uses his incredible abilities to locate them. Hashtag don't worry, Brad's here. Hashtag the locator. Number 3, when one of our student bathrooms has faced nefarious onslaughts, Brad employs his amazing detective skills to find out the perpetrator. His detective skills rivaled Sherlock Holmes through much of last year. Hashtag he caught the culprit. Hashtag thank God. Number 2, as a result, students are now greeted in the bathroom with a laminated anchor chart and a picture of the officer. Hashtag help Mr. Kaplan help you. Hashtag keep Dirksen clean. Hashtag dolphins don't litter. And the number 1 reason why Dirksen loves Brad. Brad goes above and beyond for every teacher at Dirksen. His infectious laugh and ability to bring out the best in everyone he's around makes our school a better place. Hashtag what would we do without Brad? Hashtag you're the best. Hashtag we've run out of hashtags to describe your love.
there's a good speech up there. Make sure we all take a picture outside after this, by the way. I'd like to thank the board and Mr. Dross, Assistant Superintendent Myers, the cabinet, Mrs. Court, and Mrs. Rodriguez, the Dirksen staff here, the Dirksen community and the Schaumburg community. You know, in life, when you're in the workforce, you have a role to do, and however big or small, you play that role, and if you do that role well, everyone prospers. Sometimes you go above and beyond for no reason other than it's the right thing to do. My favorite moment I can remember was taking home a sick coworker, and then coming back to work, and then the next day getting to explain to my wife that I was taking a female coworker to work, and not to worry, but I'd be home. And my other favorite one was returning the containers for McDonald's when we had gotten milkshakes, and I went to McDonald's on my shift, and the manager thought I had stolen them and wanted to keep me there, but somehow through my logic explained to him that I did not steal them. When given the opportunity to go above and beyond, you know, I was very lucky to have Ms. Cord and Mrs. Rodriguez give me the opportunity to work with students on top of my other duties, and so I was been very happy to work with students in the school after school, and like she said, there are a couple students that come to me asking to work with me for no other reason than to do my duties for me. And so I'm very grateful. And one of them came up to me today very upset that he could not be here tonight. So anyway, I would like to thank the staff for coming in droves, and it means a lot. So, you know, in all, you know, I do this for not just for recognition, but for ensuring student success throughout the district and just in Dirksen. So thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Court, for the honor.